And welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Hermione and today I'm going to be sharing some of my top tips on how to decorate and shop home decor on a very tight budget. Decorating your room or home doesn't have to cost a fortune, and you can do it on the cheap and still have it look very unique. I'm still a student, so I love to decorate on a budget, of course. Hopefully these tips will help you whatever stage you are in life. So without further ado, let's get straight into the tips. My first tip is to be able to shop the sales. I love shopping things on a discount, but you have to know when the sales start to be able to get the best deals. So for that reason, today's video is in partnership with ShopTagger, who I've worked with before and I think are really cool. Basically, ShopTagger is a browser extension that you can use on your laptop, and you can favorite some of your favorite items from any stores, including home decor stores. So I love tagging things from Urban Outfitters, Oliver Bonus, Anthropologie, all of those kind of places. You can collect them all on your page, sort through them, and make different collections, and it will alert you when the items go on sale. This is really important for me because I don't live anywhere near these stores, so I like to shop online for this kind of stuff. And it's just kind of really annoying to sign up to store newsletters when none of them are relevant to what you want, just so you can know when the sale is on, whereas this app will do it all for you. Like I said, I've worked with ShopTagger before and I do think it's such an incredible tool, so if you'd like to learn a little bit more, check out the information I'll leave in the description box. I think it's a great idea and it will definitely help you shop smart and shop on a budget. My next tip is very important when you're shopping for home decor pieces, and that is to have a very definitive style. Know what you want and how it's going to come together, and you'll have a very chic looking place in no time. Pick a few words or maybe a few pictures that you really think pull together your style. Maybe create a mood board that you can refer to. This will create cohesion in your space, and it will help you have a very definitive idea of what you're looking for if you need to buy anything, or what you want to eliminate from your space to make it feel a lot more relaxing and very pulled together. Next up is to recycle. You guys know I love DIYing things, so if you can DIY something with something you're about to throw away, I am all for it. I have a couple of DIYs to show you guys, so I'm going to insert them right now, and hopefully they will get you inspired to use things that you might already have to create something on a budget. For the first DIY I'm going to show you guys, it's this little upcycled tin, and this would be great in a dorm room or if you're just moving into an apartment and you have nowhere to store your pencils or your makeup brushes. So take one of these tin cans and clean it out once you've eaten whatever's inside it, and then you can go ahead and hot glue rope all the way around it. This doesn't take very long at all, provided that your rope is pretty thick. I wouldn't do this with wool or twine as it takes way too long. Once it's dried, you can go in and add some details. I'm using a few different colours of paint to add some little blocks of colour to the rope, and I'm alternating these and putting them in random places. Then when it's dry, you have a nice place to store any extra miscellaneous pens that you have lying around. So this next project is only really recycling if you eat a lot of lollipops or popsicles, whatever you want to call them. I had about 1,000 of these things hanging around in my craft room, so I'm just using those, but you can recycle these if you want to. And I'm just going to show you guys how to make this plant pot holder. Start by placing a large piece of glue tack or an eraser on a chopping board, and then using a nail and preferably a hammer, not a rolling pin, but that's all I had with me at the time. Nail the nail into the middle of the stick. This is the positioning of mine just for reference. Then to get the same imprint on all of the other sticks, you can go ahead and use the previous one and use that as a guide, stacking the previous one on top of a new one and doing the procedure all over again. To string this all together, you'll then need some beads and some cotton thread, and what I'm doing is on the ones that are going to be closer to the center, I'm using one bead and I'm using pink ones, and then on the outside ones I'm using 2 beads. I actually decided to alternate the blue colors, as you can see here, and you're just going to alternate the beads with the sticks. So 1 bead and then 2 beads on the other string and then the stick, if that makes sense. I'm sure you can see what I'm doing. Here it is sped up for you guys. And as you're doing this, you can use a little bit of glue or hot glue to the center of the piece where the sticks meet to stop them from moving around. And lastly, for this little segment of the video, I want to show you guys that you can make some really interesting storage solutions from things that you might actually be recycling, so don't throw them out, definitely upcycle them first. Here's a tea tin that I salvaged from the recycling. It's got an amazing lid with a hinge on it, great for storage. All I did was spray paint this, so I'm using a piece of paper to protect the edges and then spray painting it with a kind of textured white spray paint, as you can see in the final images. I think this has a really unique kind of look to it, and it makes it look a lot more expensive than if it had just been sprayed with regular spray paint. My next tip is cleanliness and organization. You can have the nicest room ever, but if it's a dump because you throw all your clothes on the floor and papers on your desk, then it's never gonna look great. My tip is to invest in some very cheap storage solutions. You can find these at local discount stores just to keep your stuff under wraps. You guys know I love thrifting and I love buying things secondhand, so it would be silly of me not to mention doing so. I love buying big furniture pieces and then just giving them a lick of paint. It's so easy, and you can then fix it to make it look like it's your style, and you'll have something that nobody else will have. This will help you keep costs down. You can thrift so many different items. Next up is more secondhand advice. Take anything that someone is willing to give to you. If one of your family members is throwing something out or donating it, take it quickly before it's gone. Once again, you can upcycle these things and make them look really unique, and you can do so many different things. Add handles, paint, reupholster, add fabric to a lampshade. The opportunities are endless, and it will definitely keep costs down. I have a few items that I have been handed down in the past, and some of them I've left as they are, and some of them I've upcycled, and I really love them. These are some of the best things that I have in my room, and also they have a story to go with them. Discount stores like Poundland or the dollar store are really interesting, and you can find a ton of different items to upcycle or even just to put up on your wall as they are. Just to show you guys what I mean, here's a piece that I found in Poundland, obviously for £1, and I really love the shape of it. It looked very mid-century 1960s. All I did was coated it with a spray paint in a lilac colour, and then I put it on my wall, and I really like it. I can't believe this actually came from Poundland, so definitely keep a lookout in your local discount stores. I think my biggest tip is to decorate your walls if you can. Obviously, you might not be able to nail things in the wall if you're in a rented apartment, but maybe use command strips or other ways to adhere them to the wall. But wall art can take a huge space up on your wall and make your home feel much more lived in. It's also really nice to be able to reflect your personal style. And obviously you can find wall art in sales, or you can DIY it. I have a ton of videos on that if you'd like to see. They will be on my channel somewhere. I'll try and link some down below as well. But if you don't want to do that and you want to do it on a super budget, I have made some printables that I have on my blog. I will leave those linked down below for you. I made them specially for this video. I have a few little wall art pieces, so if you want to print them off, you can do that. And I made sure that they were A3 size, which is about that big. So they're bigger than regular paper, but you can shrink them down, you can size them up, you can print them however you'd like if you want to. So I will leave those linked down below if you want to go check them out. And lastly, everything is in the finishing touches. There are so many little things that you can do to make your space look a little bit more stylish. One of my favorite things to do is to actually take the covers off hardcover books. They look so much nicer when they don't have the cover on, and they actually look very cohesive that way. I was helping my nan clear out her conservatory the other day, and she had loads of old, ugly books about gardening that she wouldn't let me get rid of, but I took the covers off for her and they look so nice, and they definitely look more sophisticated in the space than they used to. Anyway, that is everything I have to share with you guys today. I hope these tips were helpful, especially maybe if you are moving to university. I know a lot of people will be doing that this August, September time. Do let me know if you use any of these tips. I would love to hear back from you guys, and thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.